Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. Today is June the 23rd, and I did purchase another little plant. It's got some ants in there, but I purchased this little hibiscus. I've admired it at Walmart for quite some time, and they only had two left, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and get that because my little hosta that I had here went ahead and disappeared. So unless it would come back from the root, which I doubt it, so I decided it needed something pretty right here at the door to greet us. And our little cardinal did not go away, other than she went away when I came outside, but she will be back. She's been staying on her little nest pretty regularly. And since I talked to you last, I did see my optometrist, or actually the people that were at the laser and cataract surgery. So, and they did tell me, I asked them about if I could be out in the garden after that surgery, and they said, no, you must stay out of the garden for a week while it heals. And then, of course, that's for one eye, and then I'll have to go back and have the other one done. So I asked them if I could just go ahead and wait until the winter, when the garden has gone dormant. So, and they said yes, there would be no problem with doing that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to wait, and I'm going to take care of the garden as long as I can. And it is growing and looking good, and the heat is on. It is definitely already a scorcher. I know it's going to get even hotter though, so I've got to try to get kind of, I don't know, I'll never get used to it again, I don't think. It's just something I'm going to have to kind of suffer through, but hopefully I'll be able to do that, and the garden will be able to do that, and we'll make it till fall when we'll get all excited about the garden again, if we can just make it through to that period in time. So far, my little hens and chicks are doing great. I hope so much that I can finally get to where I can keep them instead of letting them die. But they actually made it fair, not great, but fair through the summer, and then when winter came, and they just disappeared in the winter time, and I don't want that. I've got to figure out a way to deal with that, if at all possible, but right now I'm proud of them. I did go and see my granddaughter, and I took her an aloe vera, and I also took them the little lipstick blonde hosta. So, and she had a beautiful begonia hanging on her porch, so it was so pretty, and I knew that she would have something there because she just loves plants the way I do. Look at this little beauty. It's just filling out and looking so good. I'm so proud of it. I don't know how long it'll last, but that's shearing it off when it was looking like it was gone really helped it this time. It's looking great. And my pretty bells of Ireland are actually, some of them, let me get down here where you can see, these are beginning to turn. They're where they die back, and I'll need to clip these off. But they will put down their seed in this little plant, and it will drop down and come back up again next year. As a matter of fact, I might need to take several of these out so that I don't end up having too much. And my poppies are still doing okay, and I did have a bloom. One of them was, well, actually I had two blooms. One was a bright red, and then another was just a pale white with orange in it. So it was pretty, and hopefully I'll get some seed from that, and it'll drop down and I'll have some more of those. I hope these others bloom for you too, and I hope some of them are the bigger poppies. And I did go ahead and fill up the little pots that I had left out here with seed, and some of them are coming up. I only see one in this little pot. I hope some more come up, but just right here beside it, look how many are coming up in it. That's enough to make a pretty little full pot of, I'm pretty sure these are the profusion zinnias. And this little pot looks like it only has two in it too. You can see one right there, and there's one small one right here. So, but hopefully there'll be some more come up, and if they don't, two of these could not fill it probably as full as I would like it to be, but it could still make it pretty. And I think this little pot has the purple Gara and maybe I can't remember what color I put with the purple, probably an orange profusion zinnia. Some yellow, just the shorter zinnias, but not the profusion. And I'm thinking they're going to look good with this one when it blooms again with the pretty blue flax bloom. So I've pretty much got my seeds that I'm going to do this year in, and I'm just about done with all that part of it. And now I'm just getting ready to water. I'm getting ready to water today, and then hopefully I'll just keep that up and not have a whole lot of planting to do. Although today I did get one more. I had one more look at the Atwood's nursery, and it was on 75% sale, and everything looked like it was totally gone. It was just all, they had watered it, but it wasn't doing it much good in those tiny little pots anymore. But I found two that I really wanted. One of them was I was hoping it was that had the more red lantana, the annual lantana, which I like better than the perennial lantana. I didn't think that would be the case, but actually the perennial lantana gets invasive so quickly because it just puts down seed and they just go everywhere, and then the birds will put it in places which not even near where the original plant was, and then that plant will go, and it was just too much for me. So I tried the annual ones, and I love those. So I did end up finding one of them, and I think it may be a lighter color than the one I originally wanted. And then I also found a daisy, and my daisies for some reason did not come back this year, which is unusual, but I don't know what happened to them. But they're not, I don't see anything of them. So I found it was totally looking like it was dead, but I clipped all the dead parts off, and I could tell that there was some little live life coming up there. And sure enough, there is going to be. And I think once it gets in the ground and gets, God's sunshine and circulation and just everything it needs to take off and go. But I did only purchase 3 things, and one of them is this little hibiscus I got at our local Walmart, and then the other 2 were the 2 I just told you about from Atwood's. This little pot, it looks like it's doing great too, so I think I probably put something yellow in here. I forget, but I'm pretty sure I did because I just love the blue and the yellow. And I'm grateful that they came up enough to make a good showing. And these are my tiny little leftovers plants, but I think they're going to be just great. And I'm so lucky this time to find the things I had thought about getting anyway, and then I didn't, so I have them now too to add to my garden. Oh, and I even got another one. I had gotten a elephant ears caladium, and I guess when we got those rains it just rotted in the ground. So, and the ground was all compacted, and then it got wet, and I'm sure that must have been what happened. So I found another little one of those, and I'll plant that somewhere too, and hopefully we'll get to enjoy it. And speaking of adding to my garden, I have purchased a lot of things through the years, and a lot of them have established themselves and are doing great, but I've also lost a lot of plants, put them in and they didn't make it, or they made it for a while and winds or a rodent took them out, something. And so I've always had to or felt like I needed to restart something else in the garden. That this year, when I put those last items that I bought in, I looked around and I realized that my garden is getting full. It is so full now that I don't know that I will have a lot of room to put a lot more things, even in the future, unless I would take something out, and that would not really be in my plan to do. Not to say that won't happen, because there may be some time when I do decide that would be best if there's something I want just a really lot, or something I just don't feel like is doing well where it is. But other than that, I'm getting a good feeling about the garden, in that I think it's finally almost all filled up. I think it's going to feel really great to not to feel like I need to put in anything new other than annuals each year, and have everything else already filled out and going strong. There's a little bit of room in this area, but it won't be, I don't think. This is a Forthagilla, which will have beautiful fall color, and this of course is the kind of wine red hibiscus. This is a little pillar tree in the green that I really like to put in the garden along with the other green colors. It just stands out a little bit more, and all this will fill up this area pretty well, I'm believing. I actually had to clip from under some of my trees to find some room to put some of my hostas that I wanted here. But I think I'm going to really like that so much better when this fills up and you don't just see the bare trunks of the pretty evergreen trees. So I think it's coming together. I think it has come together, and that's great. And hopefully it'll still be so much fun just to be able to do the annuals each year and have things a little different, move things around. Pull this out of here. It's another one of my weeping willow limbs. They fall out every time we have a little rain, much less if we have, a little wind, much less if we have a little extra wind, which does happen sometimes. And I think I can fill this out with annuals and just enjoy it, and my house plants that I keep inside over winter. So I'm excited about the garden, very much so. Feeling like it's it's finally filling out for me. I still can't hardly believe it. It's such a dream come true to have a garden. And I think I'm going to have it where I can take care of it a little easier, not be so hard on me, just simply from putting in sedum in all the pots that, and now I'm not seeing any sedum pots, but I do have the sedum pots all over, like these right here, sedum in those, all down this row where you have a little pot, where I have a little pot, there will be sedum in it. I even put it in this one. And so they're all over the garden where there's a pot or where something, it would be a little bit harder for anything else to live there. The sedums are going to do great. I don't think they'll have a problem. And then I'll still have to water each day in the areas where, like in the front and under this weeping willow tree where I have all my little, oh look, here's the sedum. I was telling you I couldn't find some, and here it is right here with all these house plants and my little annual plants that I always want, and they're underneath this this tree that'll give them some shade, and they'll have the shade they need and the sun they need, so they're going to do well here. I'm going to take this dead one off so you can see that pretty double bloom of the daylily. Some of the daylilies are going away, they're already spent, but several of them still have some bloom to go, so we'll enjoy those. A few of my marigolds bloomed for me, but I think this is just going to be too scraggly looking, so I actually did plant some more seed there, and I hope they will fill out. And if these forget-me-nots, blue forget-me-nots, will continue to do well, I think there will be enough of them once they get big enough to look pretty. And then this one, it's looking really sparse too, but there definitely is some blue flax seedlings in there too, which could do great or may not. We'll just have to see. That's the thing about seeds, you really don't know if they're going to do like you would love for them to or not, but then they may. And I tried another little Santalina piece right here. I broke it off, of course. I think I've already told you, but it was looking good, but it's not looking so good right now. I don't know if it's going to make it. But this one does seem like it's going to. I hope it will continue on. And my little blue balloon flower that I have over here on this, by this orange daylily bloomed, and I think that's when it's the prettiest, when they bloom together. And I'm still praying to find a spot to put my holly, that little dwarf holly that I learned is 8 by 8, which I thought a dwarf would be more like a 3 by 3, something like that, but that's not the case, so I may have to give it away. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I haven't given up yet. I did find a spot, and they are a slow grower, so they might stay in a certain spot for a while, but honestly I don't want that job of taking it out someday. I just want to put it in there and let it be beautiful. And this little sweet pea is already splaying out all over the place. I need something bigger for it to climb up. And I'm seeing that some of my tall phlox is beginning to bud out. It won't be long till they'll have their big pretty blooms and bring the butterflies to the garden. So I decided to put my little holly, my little dwarf 8 by 8 holly right here. And it does grow slowly, so maybe by the time it grows up tall, this little redbud will have grown up some taller too. And I did want it in front, and there's just a little bare spot in the grass here, and I thought maybe that was my sign that God was telling me you could plant it right here. So that's where I ended up planting there, or it. And I did go ahead and clip off all the old blooms from my catmint, and I'm pretty sure it'll just pick right up from there and put me on some more pretty blue blooms to wave in the breeze. Look how this Kong coleus has grown. I wish they would all do that. She is barely peeping out now. Pretty soon it'll cover her all the way up if I don't clip some. I may clip some back away from the little garden art girl. I so appreciate you going on the garden scrolls with me. It really feels like I'm walking along beside each individual. I don't see you as a crowd, but I see you as someone walking along with me and enjoying the garden. So please be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel.